Stop. Before you buy a home anywhere in Brooklyn, there's one thing you need to understand that most buyers completely overlook, and it has nothing to do with the apartment itself. Last month, I worked with a buyer who found what looked like the perfect place. A great layout, a solid price, nice view, exactly what they had been searching for. But after digging a little deeper into the block and the surrounding area, they realized the neighborhood just didn't match what the listing made it seem like. And here's the part that most people don't realize. Mistakes like that don't just cause inconvenience, they can cost you years of living in the wrong environment, thousands of dollars in lost value, and a daily experience that feels completely different from what you expected. Because in New York City, and especially in Brooklyn, the apartment is only half of the decision, and in many cases, it's not even the most important half. I've spent years helping buyers navigate this market, walking through neighborhoods block by block. And what becomes very clear is that the difference between a great purchase and a regret often comes down to what's happening outside the front door, not inside it. And be sure to check out my From Hello to Home Buyer's Guide by entering your name and email after clicking the link below. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what you need to check about a neighborhood before you buy in Brooklyn or anywhere in New York City, and how to evaluate it so you can make a decision you'll feel confident about long after the excitement of the purchase wears off. Now, to really understand how to evaluate a neighborhood properly, it makes sense to start with one of the most important factors, and also one of the most misunderstood. Starting with number one, safety is block by block, not borough-wide. One of the most common mistakes buyers make is asking a question like, is Brooklyn safe? Because while it sounds reasonable on the surface, it doesn't actually give you any useful information. The reality is that safety in New York City varies significantly, not just from neighborhood to neighborhood, but often from one block to the next, which means broad generalizations can be misleading. You might find one street that feels quiet, residential, and well-maintained, and then just a few blocks away, the environment can feel completely different in terms of activity, noise, or overall comfort. This is why experienced buyers don't rely on general reputation alone, but instead they focus on the exact location, paying attention to how the area feels at different times of day and night, and how consistent that feeling is over time. Because in New York City, micro-location plays a huge role in how you experience a place. Once you start looking at neighborhoods this way, the next thing you quickly realize is just how diverse Brooklyn really is. That brings us to number two. Brooklyn is not one market, it's multiple micro markets. A lot of people talk about Brooklyn as if it's one unified area, but in reality, it functions more like a collection of distinct neighborhoods, each with its own character, lifestyle, and pricing dynamics. For example, Williamsburg has a completely different energy from Park Slope, and Bushwick offers a very different experience from Brooklyn Heights, while areas like Flatbush or Crown Heights come with their own mix of affordability and trade-offs. Each of these neighborhoods attracts a different type of resident, which influences everything from local culture to the type of housing available and the overall feel of the area. So instead of asking whether Brooklyn as a whole works for you, the more useful approach is to identify which specific neighborhood aligns with your lifestyle and your priorities. And once you begin narrowing that down, the next factor will impact your day-to-day life more than almost anything else. Your commute will define your experience. In a city like New York City, your commute isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It becomes a central part of your daily routine, and it can shape how you feel about where you live. A shorter, more direct commute can make your day feel smoother and more manageable, while a longer and more complicated route can quickly become draining over time. Two homes that are priced similarly can feel completely different depending on how easy it is to access the subway, how many transfers are required, and how reliable the route is. And this doesn't just affect your work life, it also influences how often you go out, how easily you meet friends, and how connected you feel to the rest of the city. So when you're evaluating a neighborhood, it's important to think beyond just the property itself and consider how it fits into your everyday movement. Now, as you think about location and commute, the next thing buyers often overlook is how affordability really works in New York City. That brings us to number four. Price is only part of the cost. It's very common for buyers to focus primarily on the purchase price or their monthly payment. But in New York City, affordability goes well beyond those numbers. Different neighborhoods come with different trade-offs, and a lower price point often reflects compromises in areas like commute time, building condition, or access to amenities. On the other hand, paying more in a highly convenient or well-established neighborhood might actually improve your overall quality of life in ways that aren't immediately obvious when you're just comparing listings. So instead of looking at price in isolation, it's much more helpful to think about what you're getting in return and how that fits into your lifestyle over time. The true cost of a home includes both financial and everyday experience factors. And this naturally leads to thinking about how neighborhoods evolve over time. Development and growth trends matter. Not every neighborhood in Brooklyn is at the same stage of development, and this is something that can have a significant impact on your long-term experience as a homeowner. Some areas are actively growing with new construction, improved infrastructure, and increasing demand, while others are more established and change more slowly. Understanding where a neighborhood sits in that cycle can help you make a more informed decision, especially if you're thinking about long-term value or resale potential. Because where you choose to buy today can influence how your investment performs in the future, as well as how the area feels to live in over time. Now, while long-term growth is important, there's also the day-to-day experience to consider. That brings us to number 6, walkability and daily convenience. One of the defining features of living in New York City is how much your neighborhood shapes your daily routine, especially when it comes to convenience. Being able to walk to the subway, pick up groceries nearby on your way home, grab a coffee, or spend time in a park can make a huge difference in how easy and enjoyable your life feels. Neighborhoods with strong walkability tend to feel more connected and livable, which buyers consistently value. And over time, that convenience also supports property values because people are willing to pay for ease and accessibility. However, even within a highly desirable neighborhood, there's another factor that can completely change your experience. Building type changes everything. In Brooklyn, the type of building you choose can have just as much impact on your lifestyle as the neighborhood itself. A walk-up brownstone offers a very different experience compared to a modern luxury building with amenities. Older buildings might provide character and charm, but they may have limitations in terms of convenience, while newer developments often offer features that make daily life easier, but at a higher cost and oftentimes in less desirable locations. So when you're evaluating a property, it's important to think not just about where it's located, but also how the building itself supports your lifestyle. Beyond the building and location, there are also smaller details that can significantly affect your experience. I'm talking about noise, cleanliness, and street activity. These are the types of things that often don't become obvious until after you move in, which is why they're so important to evaluate ahead of time. Street noise, traffic patterns, nearby nightlife, and overall cleanliness can vary widely, even within the same neighborhood. And they all play a role in how comfortable your environment feels. A quiet showing during the day might not reflect what the area actually is like in the evening or on the weekend. So taking the time to visit at different times can give you a much clearer picture. Because once you live there, those everyday conditions become part of your routine. And finally, this last point brings everything together and helps you make a decision that truly works for you. Lifestyle fit matters more than best neighborhood. There really isn't a single best neighborhood in Brooklyn, despite what people might say. What matters much more is finding the one that fits your lifestyle, your priorities, and how you actually live day to day. Some areas are better suited for people who want energy and nightlife, while others are more focused on quiet residential living or family-friendly environments. The goal is not to choose the most popular neighborhood, but to choose the one that aligns with your needs and makes your daily life easier and more enjoyable. Here's a bonus tip to leave you with. Focus on the block, not just the neighborhood. If there's one key takeaway from all of this, it's that in New York City, the specific block you choose can make a bigger difference than the neighborhood name itself. Being closer to the subway, on a quieter street, or near a park can all have a meaningful impact on both your experience and the property's long-term value. From working with buyers across the city, I have found that it's often these small positioning details that separate a good purchase from a great one. So before you move forward with buying a home in Brooklyn or anywhere in New York City, It's important to remember that you're not just choosing a property, you're choosing the environment you'll be living in every single day. And the more thoughtful and intentional you are about evaluating that environment, the more confident you'll feel about your decision over time. So if you're thinking about buying and want help understanding which neighborhoods or even specific blocks make the most sense for your goals, I would be happy to walk you through it. I'm Erin Stabb with Compass, helping New Yorkers move smarter and understand the market clearly. If this video helped you, hit the like button, subscribe for weekly New York City real estate insights, and share this video with someone who's planning to move to Brooklyn or anywhere in New York City. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.